links to it on my Twitter as well, which is also Joe Machi, spelled Machi, not spelled like wacky or hacky.
Yeah.
I'm neither of those things.
Or how many times do people, say your name?
All the time.
Like, just nuts.
On my Comedy Central half hour, they said it right when we taped it. But when I was watching it, the voiceover for Comedy Central, the guy said Joe Machi. And I'm like, wow, that's not...
What's funny, I thought it was Mackey, and then I had to go back and watch tape and find out exactly how they said it. So
if it wasn't her last comic saying it, I thought it would rhyme with Chachi.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people would think that, yeah.
Just the way
a lot of Machi, I think morning radio, but I don't like to go into another man's dojo and tell the sensei how to do things. So if they pronounce it wrong, no big deal.
Oh, no, I'm up in their face. I'm trying to get famous, man. Say my name right.
Joe Machi's been riding my coattails for years now.
Right, no doubt. So you do a podcast with a couple other comedians. You mentioned that Louis C.K. kind of rubbed off on you a little bit.
Yeah.
Growing up, who was your idol as far as comedians go?
Big Norm Macdonald fan.
Really?
Yeah, I like his dry wit.
Yes.
He also has a kind of thing where he's not telling the audience what they want to hear a lot. So it just always makes me laugh. Even if they're not laughing, it's interesting to me.
Yeah, I just saw his stand-up comedy special, too, just recently.
Yeah, new Netflix special. Mm-hmm. It's going to be Mackey and McDonald on Netflix.
That'd be awesome, actually.
Yeah, if you're listening, Netflix.
Nice. All right, so you did the podcast. Growing up, you grew up a Norm Macdonald fan. So were you a big SNL fan?
Yeah, I was. I think SNL is the kind of show you grow out of. Mm-hmm. At least I did. There was a while I was like, I like the Weekend Update, but not much else. And I tried to get a little back into it.
Yeah.
I like the first. I still like the Weekend Update. I like the first half hour. It's tough. I have a lot of friends on the show.
Yes.
So I think it's a great show, and I think they should keep doing it.
Nice. I'm just wondering when you're going to be on that show.
It's tough. They take a lot of young talent, like early 20s, and I'm already past that point in my life. It's tough to get on there when you're older.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not over 30, are you?
I'm 37.
Really?
Yeah,
I never would have guessed that in a million years.
I was wondering. I actually Googled it yesterday.
Oh, was
I was like, how old is it? It wasn't. I couldn't find it.
Oh, God, that's good.
I would have guessed you about 27, 28.
Yep.
I didn't look too hard. I was wondering.
When I sent me out on auditions, it's still like quirky.
Yeah.
There's always the words like, that's how you know what people think about you when like your agent will send you out on auditions. It's like quirky, zany, dorky sidekick.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never the leader.
Right.
Come on.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Revenge of the Nerds.
I could not believe, no offense, Drew Lynch is kind of a nerdy dude.
A little bit.
All right. The girls loved Drew Lynch. They were just going nuts over him.
Ladies love Joe Machi.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I bet you got I bet you got a good female followership.
Oh, yeah. Mackey's Angels.
Mackey's Angels. We going out tomorrow night.
I'm going to have half a glass of beer.
We'll hit the clubs.
They got any discotheques in this town? I haven't had a chance to find them yet.
They close at 9.
Oh.
Yeah, you'll still be on stage.
Yeah, too late.
Yeah, no doubt.
I like the studio. You got a lot of Buccaneers stuff.
I know. Well, growing up, you were a big Pittsburgh Pirates fan, right? And Steelers?
Pittsburgh Pirates fan, Steeler fan,
Penguins.
Pens fan. We're down in the series, but hey, we beat the Caps.
Yes.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. They win the President's Cup every year, and then every year they're
out.
They're home.
Yes.
They're home early.
Yeah, I love that.
And you got the Steelers, and of course the Pirates are probably going to be rebuilding here real soon.
Yeah, It's been a tough year. We had one of our top players, Starling Marte, get a performance-enhancing drug suspension.
Yes.
That's 80 games. Jameson Tyone, one of our ace pitchers, who's really starting to have a good year, just had a testicular cancer operation.
Yeah.
So I hope he's doing well. And McCutcheon, he's only 30, but it really seems like he's in some kind of a funk. I don't know if it's a lingering issue or what, but he's having another rough start.
And then they just put Polanco on the DL too. So yeah,
they just beat the crap out of the Nationals.
Yeah, 10 to
4.
They did.
I mean, a couple of different games there too. Garrett Cole handled
Right.
it the other night.
But they put out an article yesterday about 5 players that are going to get traded here from the Pirates, and David Freese.
They're
is one of
already
them.
selling?
Yeah.
They're already selling.
They're already
wow.
selling.
It's a little too early to sell.
That's what I said too. I was like, man, but already in last place.
I think so too. I think you got to wait till at least mid-June, or the fans are going to turn on that team, because we had 22 years of futility, and I think we're on the right track. Even with the way the season's going this year, I still see a future with the young talent the team's developing, but that can change in a hurry, especially with injuries and trades.
Well, I like that first baseman, Josh Bell.
Josh Bell, yeah.
But that team, they got new ownership, and the ownership, I loved them for a couple years, and then the ownership is not being impressing me the last couple years. They're not taking care of the people they need to take care of, and that's what I think McCutcheon's problem is. He doesn't feel love there at all.
Well, neither does Garrett Cole.
Yeah, and Garrett Cole is their best pitcher, and he got no love at all.
No.
And I think I see the ownership going back to the same those 20 years, and Pittsburgh is not the same city anymore. Pittsburgh's a thriving young city. Great city to live in, one of the, great city to go get a job. It's not what it used to be, and they need to have the best park in America. I consider it the nicest park in America.
That's great.
Yeah, PNC is absolutely beautiful. They need the ownership to kind of support that.
Yeah.
Also, too, John Jaso's been hitting the crap out of the ball the last few years for them, too. He's been on fire.
But I hear Garrett Cole's on the move. Josh Harrison might be on the move because the Red Sox are looking for a third baseman. David Freese might be on the move. You got this young reliever, your closer right now. He might be on the move. And who was the fifth guy? I can't even remember. Oh, McCutcheon. McCutcheon, yeah. But I can't see anybody.
He just came back. Well, not off the DL, I don't believe, but he was hurt.
I just can't see giving up a lot of prospects for Andrew McCutcheon at this point.
Not the way he's had the last half last year and this
But
year.
Garrett Cole,
I was going to say, I see
Cole.
the Yankees making him run at Garrett Cole. And maybe even Josh Harrison or Jaso, somebody like that.
Yeah, I see the Red Sox going after the third baseman. Either David Freese.
I definitely think the Yankees could use somebody like a Josh Harrison. That would really, really help them. Because think about it. Once
Chase Headley at third.
How long is that going to last?
They got the backup in the farm system. They got Torres getting ready.
I think
Torres.
Yeah, well, he's the guy I think is going to get traded for Garrett Cole. He's going to be a package.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
All right, we'll see what happens there.
Well, think about this. The Red Sox have David Price getting ready to come back soon. So we're going to see what happens with Price. Now, if he comes back and if he's good, Yankees are going to need another right here.
Yeah. And as far as the Penguins are concerned, even though you're down in the series, I'm not worried about that at all.
I don't know. You know what? They have been playing out of their mind because of the injuries. I mean, they shouldn't have gone this far with how many injuries and how many people.
Well, Crosby's back. Kessel's playing great.
Yeah, but they have like 5 starters down right now. I don't know who's actually coming back, but they are a team that is resilient, and I'm hoping that they come back because they got embarrassed.
Yeah.
And they're not happy about that. And they've showed that they're a very resilient team. They did it last year. They did it this year. So I'm hoping they come back and tie it up, and then it's a whole new series if we can win this game.
The NHL playoffs are nothing like the NBA playoffs, where the favorite usually wins pretty easily. Anything can happen because even in the early 90s, how did Lemieux and Yager and Kovalev and
Samuelson
how these guys not win 5 cups?
Right. Yeah.
It's just hard to win. The physical play in the playoffs. I mean, Cosby getting the concussion, it's tough.
You just never know.
It's funny you bring up basketball, too, because you're right. There is really it's nothing special about basketball. I actually thought the Celtics would give the Cavs a fight in Game 1 because of the 10-day layoff. Nah, not going to happen. LeBron. They just flip a switch and they're good.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of done with basketball.
Yeah. But I really want to see the Preds play the Penguins in the finals.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great. If we can get some people back, I think we'll be okay. But I don't know. We'll see. The first 2 games we played well. We could have won that first game. Second game we played great. I think we need to open it up a little bit, maybe not sit back and play so much defense. And that's, I think they're going to change up their style a little bit. And they have some good leadership on that team. I think it'll help.
Yeah. You ever throw out a first pitch at a Pirates game yet?
No, I haven't.
What?
I would love to. They have, I guess they're afraid to ask, afraid to get turned down. Like the beautiful girls that didn't ask me to prom. Right? They're like, I don't want to, at least now they have the hope that I'll say yes.
Oh, nice. No doubt. Well, definitely check out Joe Machi. He's going to be at Vasani's all weekend long. For tickets, just log on to Vasani.net or call 629-9191. Also, pasta specials this weekend. You have at least 3 or 4 great dishes for under $10.95.
Yeah. We have salmon scampi. We have chicken alla Vasani.
Oh, yeah.
Don't even remember all the other stuff.
It's so good. Just log on to Vasani.net.
I had it ready to go, and then I lost it.
But they're $9.95 and $10.95, and they're made from scratch.
Yes.
Yeah, everything's made from scratch. Best steaks in town.
You're going to eat that delicious scampi, then you're going to laugh some of it up and get to swallow it all over again.
Well, this is the one thing about Vasani's. The food portions are so huge, you end up taking most of it home with you anyway.
Oh, yeah. I had the ribeye yesterday with the chimichurri sauce. It was delectable.
You got to check out the
The
New York
sausage
strip steak.
carbonara we have too, and that's actually one of my favorites.
Oh.
Yeah. Homemade carbonara sauce, you can't beat it.
No, you can't. Again, just log on to Vasani.net for the entire menu and the schedule as well, because you got some great stuff coming up besides Joe. But you got some.
Yeah, we have. I may have hopefully have an announcement in the next couple of weeks of somebody big, but I did just sign Screech. So, so we got Dustin Diamond coming in October. So first week of October, I did too.
It was just on.
Yeah, I know. No, I watched it like 3 times a day. It used to be on 3 times, like
Bring
back
me
to back
Tiffany
to back.
Amber Thiessen.
Probably why we watched the show.
I mean, that was she was my second favorite childhood crush.
Yeah.
Alyssa Milano was my number 1.
Mine too. And Nicole Eggert.
I'm Italian.
And Nicole Eggert
Nicole
from
Eggert
Charles
was
in
there.
Alyssa Milano with a hockey stick wearing a New Jersey Devils uniform.
Oh, I love.
It was on my wall for years.
Yeah, I loved her. Who's the boss, man? She could be my boss.
See, that's why you need to get sitcom. Well, I want to thank Joe Machi for coming in and hanging out with us for a little bit. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And guys, we'll see you guys tomorrow night at the Vasani's.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and me and Bill kick back and talk some sports on 1070 NBC Sports. All right, welcome back to the Larry Timko Show on 1070 NBC Sports, broadcasting live from our Harbor Nissan studios. Bill Siebert joining me now. I want to thank Joe Machi again for joining us in studio. Again, he's performing at Vasani's all weekend long. For tickets, log on to Vasani.net or call 629-9191. Also want to remind you that it's iHeart Day at the ballpark tomorrow. Free admission to the Charlotte Stone Crabs game. Gates open at 2. Game will start at 3. We're going to have a candy drop after the game for the kids, along with an autograph session with the players. Lots of great vendors on site. And I, along with the valedictorian of Sky Academy, will be throwing out the first pitch. So I'm looking forward to that. It's all brought to you by Port Charlotte Honda, Volkswagen, and Sky Academy of Englewood and Venice. Before we get to a little baseball talk, Bill, looks like the Buccaneers signed a backup quarterback for Jameis Winston.
Yeah,
and it's not the guy I wanted.
Hey, I'll be honest with you. I know it's not Kaepernick, but I'm not too unhappy with it because it is a veteran.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Now that it is just a backup. Let's just hope it stays that way, because if he does start, that means Winston gets hurt in some way.
He's a smart backup. He went to Harvard.
That's what I mean. He's a smart backup. I'm all right. He's a smart veteran backup. If we do get like whoever our third string quarterback is, probably learn a lot from him being the backup. So I'm all right with that. I'd really be honest with you. I hope this leads to the signing that I really want to see, and that is the signing of Nick Mangold.
Yeah,
that's who I want to see the Bucs sign from the Jets. And now I was just told by a Bucs friend of mine that he doesn't care about Mangold. How can you not care about Nick? He
solidifies your offensive line.
Solidifies our offensive line. We have no center. Yeah. We have Ali Marpet moving to center.
Yeah,
Ali Marpet is going to be our center. He is not a center. And even if he does do well at center, who's going to play guard? That opens up a big hole on the right side of our line. We have no right tackle. We have no right guard now. Okay. So our entire right side of the line is freaking just ambushed already going into this season, which is what I'm talking about, people. Everybody doubts me about this. They got to fix this offensive line or they will not be successful. Or we might see Ryan Fitzpatrick because Jameis Winston will get killed back there with no offensive line.
All right, well, transitioning from guard to centers, I don't think is that big of a transition because Travis Frederickson of the Cowboys did it, and he did it with ease and turned into a Pro Bowl center.
That opens up a big hole. What are we going to do at guard then?
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's
why I want
you.
That's why I want you to sign Nick Mangold, so you don't have to move Ali Marpet.
So we don't have to move Ali Marpet. That would make more sense than anything.
Because there's better options at center right now than there is at guard in free agency.
Yeah, and I mean, and Nick Mangold, I don't care if he's 32. That's he's
34,
not over the hill.
34.
Guys, well, whatever. Guys play till they're 40 almost.
Yeah, at that position. At that
position, they'll play till he's got another 3-4 years. That's all we need. Everybody, Logan Mankins, everybody gave us crap about him. He ended up being the best offensive lineman we had for the last 3 years.
Hey, if Nick Mangold can pass a physical, he should be signed.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And Nick Mangold, I think, would come in and be a not only a spark plug, but just I think he would be the captain of that offensive line.
Without a doubt. He would be an instant leader.
He would make everybody else better just by being in there. And that's why Jason Light, you got to sign this guy, man. Yeah. I just don't get it. He's sitting out there. You know, you almost let him go to the Saints.
I know. I'm surprised the Saints didn't grab him.
I'm surprised they didn't snatch him up, to be honest with you. So, and we got to go out and get this guy. The writing is on the wall, literally, to go out and get this guy.
But my thing is I don't think Colin Kaepernick would have been a distraction at all here in Tampa Bay.
I know either. I said that. I thought he would have been an all right signing, but I think he's going to Seattle. I really do.
Yeah.
I know Pete Carroll said once, but I know, and I'm not basing this on that. Basing this on something else that happened recently where Pete Carroll said something else about he's very interested in getting Kaepernick. And that has been kind of swept underneath everything because I think there's certain people out there that don't want to see Kaepernick go to an NFL team.
I think there's a lot of people out there that don't want Kaepernick to go to an NFL team.
And that's why that got swept, just like the regular media.
What kind of makes me mad about this whole situation is if Colin Kaepernick goes to Houston, if he goes to Cleveland, he's guaranteed to be the starting